if you have a message or you want to say something to the world, you should never miss out on an opportunity to talk about it and to share it. You remember when you were kids, did you used to raise your hand a lot and always have the answer and always want to talk? Well, listen, if you're watching this live, or hopefully we can get some live viewers on this video, because I'm going to invite some people to come into the broadcast live with me that are watching, and just encourage them to come and say hello. So we're going to talk about never missing an opportunity to speak and have your voice heard tonight on Chavez Live 360, brought to you by Live Masters, where we feel alive by going live, and your journey to video mastery begins here. If you don't know who I am, my name is Mike Chavez. I've been on a live video journey for over 4 years. I go live every day with a video just like this, so we can get to know you, and I can get to know you. We get to know each other. We do it on video. So, hey, listen, I'm going to actually do something really cool here in this broadcast. I'm going to drop the link so you will have an opportunity to come into this live. So there's the stream to come into this broadcast if you want to come and say hello real quick. The topic of this video is never missing an opportunity to speak and have your message heard. Because the reason I want to talk about this is I started thinking about how many times have we been in situations, we've been in circumstances, or we've been somewhere where we want to speak, we want to say something, or we want to say something to a person that we're talking to, or maybe we want to just, like, we're too scared to raise our hand. Have you ever been somewhere like where they ask for volunteers and you want to go up there and do it, but then you're like, and you don't do it? That sort of thing. So I'm going to challenge anybody that's watching live to go in the comments, grab the link. I'll see you come into the broadcast. I know, Gene, that you're here. Here's the thing. It's a very impromptu. And that's another thing, right? Like, can you just, I could just go on camera at any time and just hop on somebody's video without, warning or planning. I love to do that. And I think it's good. It's good if you have an opportunity to come on and say hello, make sure you do that. What's really cool about this app, StreamYard, you see all this stuff that we have right here? How do you do it? It's like last time, Gene. Here, I'll send it. Actually, let me send it to a messenger, Gene. Let me send this link to Gene and Messenger, just like we did last time on our interview, Gene. And maybe you can come in and I want to send it to you in your messenger. As we're live, this is pretty cool, right? Just doing it live. So, okay, Gene, it's in your messenger. Who else is here? Anybody else here today? It's going to come and say hello. That would be cool. Gene, come say hi real quick. And we'll keep this going for a little bit and talk about this. Maybe you can, come in and share a little bit. But I really think that why is it that we hold back, right? I've done that so many times and missed out on opportunities, or like certain circumstances. For example, like if I'm talking to somebody and what's the old, I should have said this and I should have said that. It's kind of interesting. Oh, here she comes. There she goes. Like,
actually work?
Yep.
Oh my God, it's actually working.
And the sound.
What's up?
Oh, I totally forgot that it didn't work for our interview.
It's never worked for our interview. It didn't work for the self-love challenge.
So now it worked randomly for this.
Yeah, and of course, I'm like, oh, we'll try it. We'll see if it works. And this is my pajamas. What's up, peeps? How's everyone in the world of the internet?
That's so super cool. We're doing good over here in Vegas. How's everything in New Mexico?
It's good. We had like a quick flash storm, like snowstorm, and then it done. Like 7 minutes, and then it was done.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So listen, I was actually talking about never missing an opportunity to speak. So you're in business. I mean, this is a good topic, especially if we're in business, right? We're at a networking event or something like this. So now you just come in here live, and now there's only a few people here, but there's going to be replay viewers that are going to come and watch this. It's kind of interesting topic. What do you think about it? And then share a little bit about yourself since we got you on the horn again.
Yeah. Well, here, yeah. So I think it's definitely very important to always seize that opportunity and be prepared. A little bit about me. So I enjoy snowboarding. I do health and wellness and chemical-free living. So I'm all about really educating people on what's in their products, what are the ingredients, because that affects their body so much, and their emotions. It affects the endocrine system. So really understanding how to support that. I use Young Living essential oils because it's changed my life. I used to be sick all the time. That's another important product or point of knowing your ingredients. Yeah. Let's see what else. That was it, right? Always seize the opportunity and tell me.
Yeah. Have you ever been in a situation where you wanted to say something or do something and you didn't do it, like, or speak up and you didn't do it because for some reason, like at any time in your life?
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I used to not always be this outgoing. I was definitely very shy. I think it's definitely something I've grown into. I can't really pinpoint a specific moment. Well, I think I've always done my best to do the right thing, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But it's been very interesting. So I have my mentor. She has mentioned like the aspect of when someone is like self-talk. Oh, this is self-talk.
Yeah, probably.
Self-talk. When someone is talking like they can't do something, don't allow them to do that. I never really thought about that, right? I never, and until like she had mentioned that, like it's just like if someone drops something, you pick it up, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing with someone talking how stupid they were or how they couldn't do something. No, don't let them do that. That's not cool.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Yeah, totally. That's cool. Yeah, I mean, I can remember so many times where, I would be scared. But I remember when I was a kid though in school, I'd always raised my hand, and I used to get in trouble for asking too many questions. So I used to get in trouble for that. Because I would talk a lot too, right? Because I would just like the teacher wouldn't answer the questions for me. I wanted to keep asking the teacher questions, and I couldn't get all the answers. So then I would, what I would do? I would just turn around and start talking to the kids next to me. Do you know what she's saying? Does that make sense to you? Like, then I would get in trouble for talking, but I was talking about what they were talking about. And
yeah, that's interesting. So I had similar. Well, it kind of reminds me, especially I got more throughout as I went on, especially in college. If there was something I didn't understand, because I started to become more aware that like there's moments of just me making like kind of like what you were asking. If I couldn't understand what they were saying or understand exactly, I would reframe it and make sure that I understood it. And it was fine in college. And I don't think I did that much in high school because I think I was still pretty shy then. Like I was like, oh, well, I don't want to look, I can figure that out. But then in college, I was like, yeah, whatever. Like, let me just make sure I got this. And then I think it was also she ended up becoming my mentor too. But the first professor, that's how my school worked. Every student had a mentor.
Really? That's cool.
Yeah. And you could pick it. And I just picked also my autumn term. Like you could stay with your autumn term. So that was your first professor. Or you could pick someone else, like either way. So I just got used to asking questions, and like I have no problem like being that voice. And then I think the other idea of like there's no stupid question. Like just ask it. Like you don't
Right.
someone else is probably wanting to ask that question, but for whatever reason they don't have the courage to do it.
Yeah.
So just do it.
So somebody always ends up asking the question, and I think those are the ones that become the leaders because they're asking the questions.
Ooh, that's a good
Right? Think about it. So, I mean, I'm just such an inquisitive person. That's why I have so many questions about everything. I do. I question everything. It's like, okay, how does this make sense? I mean, you know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
why. That's why it was so easy and natural for me to come up with all the different topics, right? Because as we grow in our personal development and what we're doing and all that good stuff, we changed. And so it's funny, you know, even though I've done thousands of videos now, yeah, definitely thousands of videos. I've repeated some of the same topics, of course, over the years, but they're totally different videos, and that's what's awesome. You know, in the moment when you have a chance to speak and get your voice out there, it's always going to be different. Like I did a promo and intro for our course that I built, and I did it one time, one take, with no notes. I just did it like a regular live video, like I always do my videos. And then I went back and I watched it, and I was like, that was actually, I mean, it's just because I already knew what I was going to say, right? I had the whole vision in my head, and I just spoke it out. And it's just interesting how just repetition. But the point that I'm getting at is I couldn't go back and do that video again. And I couldn't replicate that video. It's just like, and that's one thing, that's probably one of the most difficult things for me when I made my course, is just to realize, okay, just treat it like it's a live video and just teach like you're doing a regular live video. Because I was getting in my head about how you have to record it has to be this and has to be that and all that stuff. And
it's interesting because I've done like a few interviews. It's been a while, but when I would do them, or when I've done them with a few people, like they're like, okay, well, let's rehearse. Like a few people are like, let's rehearse. And then like I got to after the second or third person, I was like, let's not rehearse. I know that sounds weird, but because the first two, when we would rehearse or like do a trial run, that was literally the best run, and then we couldn't replicate it again.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, and all the interviews that I've done too, right before we go live, we always get, you know, a couple minutes early before we do the video to make sure everything's working, and then, or sometimes we'll just talk, and then we'll go, wait a minute, this is what we should be talking about in the video, right? And then this is kind of like right now how the conversation that we're having is kind of cool because, yeah, I really, you know, with all these platforms, the social media platforms, that's why I think Clubhouse is so popular, because normal average people are able to be in a room and actually have their voice heard and speak with, you know, some of the biggest influencers in the world, right? And some of the wealthiest people in the world, some of the largest businessmen. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah, I just I did join Clubhouse about 10 days ago. And then I had a friend who did a topic or a call. So I joined in with that. It was really cool. It was really awesome to just be in that chat. It was a small group, so I haven't really explored Clubhouse all of that much, but that's a cool idea. Or I guess I never thought about that. I still, like I said, I still have to explore it. I don't know how many days I've been in it, but either way.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's an interesting platform. I mean, like I said, there's celebrities, there's everybody. I mean, like there's, you know, you have to have an iPhone. So it's interesting how what's going to happen once they open it up. I mean, there's a lot of people in those rooms, you know.
Yeah. Have you done it, or have you just heard about it?
No, I've been in there. I haven't. I spoke for like a minute or two in one little tiny room with just a few of my friends.
Yeah.
But it's interesting. It is a very interesting platform. I'm surprised how popular it still is. And actually, the thing that surprised me the most is the amount of time that people are spending in there, and not just any people. I mean, the types of people that are spending lots of time in there. I mean, these are really like super successful people. There's, of course, there's the BSers and stuff, but just like anything online. But there are some pretty notable people in there that are spending hours and hours in there, like, because that's where a lot of deals are getting done. It appears a lot of big deals.
Interesting. I haven't, like I said, I've had it for some time, but I haven't like super jumped into it. I was just inviting to one, and I really liked it. We had a really good conversation. It was about an hour long. My friend Elena, and we talked this morning. It was this morning too. It was interesting you bring it up about the relationship between trust and confidence. Like which one? It was kind of it ended up sort of being almost like a chicken and an egg. Which one comes first, trust or confidence, or how do they affect each other? But then fear came up too. It seemed like we were all entrepreneurs, but it was a really good like way to communicate some of the stuff that I've been studying, as well as just hear other people's thoughts on things.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. You're communicating that. I mean, that's what this video is about, is just being able to, can you just speak your voice when you need to, right? And get it out there. And yeah. And I'm glad that you came in to say hello.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks for the invite. I'm glad I just like it. Perfect timing. Right?
Yeah. Well, and it's interesting too, because it didn't work before when we tried to do our video before.
Twice.
Yeah, twice it didn't work, and then randomly it works when we just do this right here, which is pretty.
Yeah, my hair was all. I'm like, oh, cool, it's working.
Yeah, here you are. Here we are.
Yeah. So
anyways, you enjoy the rest of your evening. I'm just gonna talk probably for a couple more minutes. I don't like to make my videos too long. This one's 17 minutes, and it's interesting. I think I've always been really self-conscious about the video length, because I didn't want people to get bored, because I was going live every day, right? And so that's why I kept them short. But because I had this mindset as well that people were like, they don't want to hear just me rambling about nothing, but you'd be surprised at the conversations that people want to hear. I mean, there's a few people watching right now, so it's interesting, right?
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, so if you're here, say hi.
Yeah, exactly. Say what's up, everyone.
Yeah, what's going on?
Well,
okay.
I'll let you finish out the video, and yeah, I'm happy to jump on, and thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah, for sure. All right, we'll talk to you soon.
See ya. Bye.
All right, cool. That was Jean Collins. She's really super cool. She lives in New Mexico, and she's involved in our community live masters, does video challenges. She's amazing on video. And anyways, that was cool. So I got one person. I was like, okay, I'm gonna go live and see if I can get somebody to go live with me. That was my goal. So I got at least one person to go live with me. And if anybody, I'll stay live for a few more minutes. I know it's random, and like you might not be able to just turn the camera on and come live and say hi. But I think it's cool. It's spontaneous. It might stretch your comfort zone a little bit, and that's really what this video is all about. Can you just step out of your comfort zone when you need to, on the drop of a dime, and say what you need to say, when you need to say it, who you need to say it to, how they need to hear it? Can you do all that? How do you figure all that out? Like, is that a struggle, or is that just something that is easy and just rolls off the tip of your tongue like it's nothing? Well, I think the only way that I've been able just to learn how to speak is doing videos every day. Ironically, consistency and persistency over any extended period of time. Then you know what? It's interesting. There's a shift between. I remember when I would consume this content, and I still consume content. I still read every day. I still watch YouTube videos. I mean, you have YouTube Premium, right? But it's interesting when you get to a point where you work really hard on yourself and you learn as much as you can from other people. And then one day, people start asking you to teach them everything that you learned. And that's so cool. But I got to tell you, it's not the easiest thing in the world to do when, I don't know, like I'll use the analogy, like if you just know how to get somewhere, you just know how to get there, you've been a million times, you've been there a million times, you don't even think about it, you just drive. But then if you just try to describe it to somebody that's never been there and they're not familiar with the neighborhood, say they're from out of town or something, then yeah, it's not going to be that easy for them. Well, that's all that the videos are. And anybody can do this and communicate and be able in the moment to step up and get their message out and speak up and be proud. Listen, that's what the videos have done for so many people. And Christina, if you're here, let's see what she say. I said I wanted to stay. I'd probably lose a lot of people. Oh no, you wouldn't. Anyways, listen, I'm gonna get off this video tonight, but never miss an opportunity to speak your voice. Never miss an opportunity to get your message out there. If you are tapped on the shoulder to speak, or somebody wants to hear your insight, it's for a reason. If you want more information about what we're doing here online to help people step out of their comfort zone and into their confidence, reach out to me. We have a free community called Live Masters. We have monthly free video challenges that do just that. It's incredible. Come and check it out. And we'll talk to you tomorrow. When you give your eyeballs and your ears to me, I'm humbled and blessed that you come and hung out. We'll talk to you guys later. Good night, everybody.